So, this is my video about the extra activity content in Honkai Impact the 3rd. There's a lot of layers to this, so I'll try to be as concise as possible. I guess just to get to the short of it, I think it's a good addition. When I'm talking about extra activity content, I'm talking about things like the Once Upon a Time in Shinzao. I'm talking about things like, the Super String Dimension. The Memorial Arena can apply, even though I might not use it as an example. The Threshold Breach. And in the Armada, the Sim Battles. Overall, I think it's a good addition. What really connected all the dots for me was when I spent time playing the Threshold Breach. So I'll start talking about Threshold Breach to, I guess, bring about my first point on why I think this is a good addition. My first point being is the expedited structure of this extra activity content. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by expedited structure? Is that it doesn't take you too long for you to get to the point of the content to where you want to spend your time playing. And this is present, this expedited structure, it's present in Once Upon a Time in Shinzao, because the place where you want to end up is in the Battle Royale. It's also too present in the Super String Dimension, because the place where you want to end up is the last stage. It's also too present in the, you could say, you can include one more arena because you just go straight to fighting the boss. And it's also too present in the Armada Sim Battles, because again, you just go straight to fighting the boss. It's also too, actually, I'm thinking about something else. But it's that expedited structure of the content. Now, the second point that I want to talk about, it's only applicable to a few places. I'll start again with the Threshold Breach. The second point is the sandboxing of this content. What I mean by sandboxing is that they give you everything you need inside of the sandbox of the content. Once you go into the stage area of this content, or the, let's say, event area of this content, everything you need in order to perform in this piece of content is provided to you in its own sandbox. It's like all the Valkyries, their equipment, whatever buffs, yada, yada, yada. It's all provided to you. So this way, it makes it very accessible for other people to play no matter where they are in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. This whole sandboxing of the content. It's also too applicable to Once Upon a Time in Shinzao. When you go to the Battle Royale, they give you the chibis, acquiring the stigmatas to put on the chibis, all these things, they're all provided to you within the area of this event. It's the same thing with the Armada Sim Battles. Everything you need is provided to you right here. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, or the third point, would be how engaging I'm finding this content to be. And again, starting with Threshold Breach, once I find myself in Affinity mode, I just spent a lot of time there just trying to hone my skills. And it's like, honing your skills, this all goes into the whole engaging aspect. Engaging encompasses a lot of things. Honing your skills requires a lot of, cognitive thought or critical thinking. You have to do real-time strategy, you have to do planning, you have to you have to do some research to figure out what is actually available to you, and then you have to spend time executing it. So there's a lot of hand-eye coordination, and then of course it becomes, all that ties together to become a fun experience as well when you actually get the combination of the Valkyrie, their equipment, their weapons, all your planning and strategies, get it actually to perform, and you get to see results. All of this is all wrapped up into the whole engaging aspect. And this whole engagement is not just present in Threshold Breach, it's also too present in Once Upon a Time in Shinzao, because even though there's less let's say aspects to it, it's still the same thing, because you have to choose which chibi you want to play with, and to choose what stigmas you want to put on that chibi. And then, of course, you have to hone your skills and all those other things I just described in order to get it perform once you actually get in the match. This same thing is applicable to Super String Dimensions, because once you make it to the last stage, even though it's not sandbox, you still have to take whatever Valkyries you have and do that whole everything I just described and engage. You're trying to figure out how to get whatever Valkyrie team up or combination of Valkyrie and equipment, how to get that to perform. And of course, seeing it perform is where it becomes fun. So, this is, these are my thoughts. Again, quick recap. I think it's a good addition. The reason why I think it's a good addition is for point 1, expedited structure to actually get you to where you want to spend your time playing, where it applies. Point number 2, whenever they do provide a sandbox to give you everything you need, I just think it makes it accessible to a lot of players, no matter where they are in the game. And point number 3, I think this content is engaging for all the, because there's just so much involved that you have to, put into it, like I described already, that once you actually spend that time putting into it, then you can just spend the time executing. And then when you actually get a good execution, or you get to see good results, it just makes for a very engaging experience. So these are my thoughts. And that's pretty much it. The only other thing that I want to mention, just tack on onto this video, is the fact that I now have 815 time swirl passes. For me, for my plans, that's like a big deal. I'm trying to work towards building some bounty stigmata set. In order for me to accomplish that, I had to refine a lot of my items so I could get enough astrite, so I could clear out all the so I could clear out all the time swirls that I could purchase with astrite. It says sold out. You can buy it 75 times. It says sold out. I'm hoping that it'll get replenished. And I did the same thing with the battle pens, I believe. No, this is the Ranger creds from the Armada activities. So now I'm working on clearing out the other time swirl passes, or just keep buying it up till I can't buy anymore, except for the ones that cost crystals. I will not be buying the one that costs crystals. So, all my asterite stuff, it's depleted. So I'm prepped for next Monday, because my plan is every Monday just to be ready to get 2 SS bounties and to get 3 S bounties should the bi-weekly one be available, and then start saving my asterite up for the week that I'm in for the next Monday. So now I'm in that position, and I'm going to try to keep that pace going. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. But that's pretty much it for this video. Just want to give my thoughts. I had a good experience, and I wanted to talk about it.